There's someone I know who did have their butthole fall out and had a simple surgery, and they just put it back in. Yes, Judy Greer is the best. She's Judy Greer, and she's just the best. Quick question, quick answer, yes. The inspiration was real life. I found out that my daughter's friend's mom was a former well-known anal porn star, and I became obsessed with her butthole. And she had a handicap placard, and I was concerned, truly, that her butthole had fallen out. And that is called a rectal prolapse, and I'm not gonna out the person in my family. There's someone I know who did have their butthole fall out and had a simple surgery, and they just put it back in. Yeah, Curb Your Enthusiasm for sure. Louis, I would say probably those two the most. I haven't seen Better Things, and I love Pam, but I was a little worried because we both have, shows that could tread on each other, so I didn't watch it, and I'm a huge fan of her, known her a long time. But yeah, I would say Larry, David, and Louis. I will tell you, I was very nervous to go in when I went to audition because I was going to be improvising with louis-dreyfus, and I was like, she is an idol of mine, and I was nervous. And then that went really well, so then by the time I came to set, I was a little calmer, and I knew Tony Hale a little bit, and I knew Matt Walsh from Dog Bites Man and had known him for a long time. So by the time I got there, I was calmer, but definitely meeting Julia was very cool. I can't speak to the whole show. My stuff was not very improvised on that show. I think I only improvised one scene out of both seasons that was in the show. But a lot of my stuff were speeches and very specific stuff. They also improvise a lot on rehearsals and then kind of will rework it and then put it in. But I didn't get to improvise a lot on the show. But I think there is more improv on the show in other scenes. I'm not a big Housewives watcher, but I feel like Veronica Van Vandervaan, that was my name, right? Like a Vanderpump Me, you get it, right? Oh, but I have to do it in the British accent, like Vanderpump Me, right? You get it. And Ivanka Silversan, probably like racist charm. First of all, I've worked with a lot of weirdos that getting inside their head is upsetting. Just because I'm sort of just such a huge fan as Julia Dreyfus. I wouldn't mind getting in Will Ferrell's head for a week and just being a delightful human being and hilarious for 1 week instead of the monster that I am. Yeah, you know what? There is one I did for Fox called Rebounding that it was Will Forte was the lead, and I played his sister. And he had lost his fiance. She had died. And it was a comedy, and it was Steve Levitan, and it was Malcolm Barrett and Will and Hayes MacArthur. And it was a really great cast and just a lot of great people behind it, and it tested really well, and then it ended up just not happening. But it was good. It was good. It had a lot of heart, and it wasn't formulaic and cliche. It was good. I was very uncomfortable with it. I did not enjoy the tricking element of the show. It made me very uncomfortable. I loved when we'd get to work together or do stuff like that, or if we really looked like the jerks was okay. But the worst was I did one where my character goes on spring break, but I'm in a suit, like a woman's suit, and I'm out at real clubs in Palm Beach, Florida, and having to go up to guys and flirt with them in my suit, and they don't know what's happening, and then I enter an actual wet t-shirt contest that I go in, and they hose me down, and the audience that's all cheering quickly sees that I am in fact wearing a bra underneath, and they're not gonna see anything, and I get booed horribly and heckled as I'm standing in freezing cold weather because it was March, spring break, and it was really cold, and I just got doused with water and being booed for being in a wet t-shirt contest in a woman's suit. It was rough. That was a rough go. Again, turn of the century is just a rough phrase to hear in relation to your career. Good Morning Miami, for sure. That's where I met Constance Zimmer and have been friends with her ever since. So that was a fun show. I like that show. Nice people. Best advice for first-time parents, just relax. You're not gonna be able to really know what you're doing most of the time, and just accept your ineptness and accept your flaws now. You'll just be much more comfortable once you accept that you really don't know what you're doing and never will. Flubber? Is Eddie Murphy the Flubber? No. Jerry Lewis, old Flubber, and new Flubber with Robin Williams. Yeah, tons of Flubber. This show is called I'm Sorry for All the Flubber. I'm sorry there's so much Flubber. Qué lástima. And then she just keep doing this for a while. That's just too sad. Louis-Dreyfus, Larry David, Lucille Ball, Gilda Radner, and I got to pick one more. God, so many great people. I'm trying to think of like an old like 80s sitcom that I used to watch, like Suzanne Summers. I like Three's Company. I don't feel great about it, but I'm sticking with it. That's a rough way to go out. No offense to Suzanne Summers, obviously. She's, I'm sure, delightful.